Hello, how are you? My name is John Mayer. I was a student at Berklee College of Music for 2 semesters. I was on the unaccredited John Mayer 2-semester plan, which I completed. And I sort of want to tell you a little bit about it so that we can all sort of be on the same level, so you're not staring at what you think you're staring at, you can stare at who I really am. I went for 2 semesters in fall of '97 and the spring of '98, and they were 2 very different semesters. The first semester, I wanted to be a guitar player. I wanted to be the best guitar player I could possibly be. I wanted to win guitar playing competitions. I wanted there to be a crown, and I wanted to wear it. I wanted to be the best guitar player, the best instrumentalist. I just wanted to be the best. And it was an interesting semester because I never felt like I connected with anything or anybody because I just wanted to be the best. It was an expectation that's so broad it is indefinable and therefore unreachable. And I had one too many clinic naps. I think I was sitting right around there and I fell asleep. You ever fall asleep during a clinic? You ever have that little 5-minute clinic doze off? Then you're up. And there were great players I was falling asleep in the middle of. I shouldn't have been falling asleep. And I really had the question mark of, well, what am I going to do? What does this add up to? What is all this information adding up to? And I went home for the Christmas break and questioned everything. I looked back at everything. I went, do I want to be a guitar? Why is that not clicking in? And I just went back to the pop side of things. I went back to songs. And I had these 2 or 3 records that I lived with. One of them was Radiohead, OK Computer. And I just fell in love with that record. Fell in love with that record. And I fell in love with Ben Folds 5, Whatever and Ever, Amen. And I also fell in love with, that Erykah Badu Live record, which you all know from Ensemble. And I went, well, this is what I want to do. I want to be listenable. I want to play music that people want to listen to. And it became my mission statement at that point to go back to Berklee and be the musician at Berklee because I couldn't win this indefinable race. So I said, at the end of the day, I just want to be seated on my bed, and I want 3 or 4 people around me at the end of their day, after having heard so many notes and taken so many naps in the middle of playing. I just want to be listenable. And when you are listenable, there is no race. There's no first place, second place, third place. You're just listenable. And this is where it takes me into songwriting. The first era of my songwriting began in January or February of my 2nd semester. And I can't say that I went to class as much as I should have, but there was something happening. There was this definition of myself, of my identity. All of a sudden, I found this perfect balance with Berklee. Here's the information coming in, and here's the inspiration going out. And this is the title of my clinic. I want to call it Inspiration Information. It's not just the title of a great Shuggy Otis tune. It is the perfect way to delineate how Berklee is right for you, how Berklee can work. Because a lot of people ask me all the time, should I go? I'm thinking about going, should I go? Was it good for you? Well, I don't know if you should go. Asking if you should go to Berklee, if it's right for you, is like asking, what can I do with a big 18-wheeler semi-truck full of lumber? You can do a lot of things with it. Do a lot of things with it. What do you want to build, man? What are you thinking about coming up with? And that's what the information is. Right now you're just getting inundated. The information truck is backing up by your docking bay. Beep, beep, minor 4, flat 6, beep, beep, beep. And your hardest job here, because it's also amongst a lot of other people who are trying to do the same thing you're doing, your hardest job is to convert that information into your inspiration. And that's something that nobody can tell you how to do. And the reason that there's a science to music or a science to art is because you can't communicate to somebody in art to tell them how to be artistic. You can't just go, blue, purple, red, green, jealousy. Can't do it. Doesn't sound like anything. You need to communicate it. So, what has to happen? You have to convert music into a science so that you can transmit it. So we give chords names and numbers and chord progressions, and we call it the Nashville numbers, and we have charts, and we have ear training, and we have notation and all these things, so that it can go back into your head and you can convert it back into inspiration. And that's what you really have to do. And that's what I did my second semester and really found a way to make it click very quickly. I wrote a song called Victoria. I wrote a song called Love Soon, Man on the Side, Sucker. I wrote a song called Comfortable. And I wrote it, let me see where we're facing, 737 150 Mass Ave in my dorm room. I wrote it, recorded it, mixed it, all that stuff in the dorm room. Because I finally found an outlet for all that information.